Friday, April 1st, 2022. Come to my first little water crossing of the morning. Good morning, by the way. I just haven't really been feeling like recording too much. It's been nice to just kind of like be out here and enjoy kind of a experience, you know? I didn't think that I was going to cry too much when Keith left, and I didn't, but I tried to catch him, and then when I got to the parking lot and he wasn't there, it was a little bit sad, and now I'm crying. Anyway, let's cross the stream, shall we? Wow, it's kind of cool. Some movie ruts. It's no problem. It's easy peasy. It's a really nice morning. It's a little bit colder than it was yesterday, but it's nice and sunny. And I mean, the cold temps are kind of nice for hiking anyways, especially since I was trying to go a little bit faster coming down the hill. Yeah, I think my goal is just to try to make it to Stover Creek initially this morning and have made myself a little breakfast, proper breakfast, and get like a coffee drink set up at the very least. Maybe I'll just stop and have like breakfast for lunch later. But yeah, it's been nice hiking this morning. Good hike, nice hike. Spot is beautiful. Been so heads down, just kind of keeping my eyes on the trail, because you know, it's a lot of this rooty stuff. We have to stop and look up for a little bit. This beautiful place. Just stopped at the Stover Creek shelter and mixed myself a little breakfast drink. So it's got like a coffee packet and breakfast essentials. Not too shabby. Tastes pretty good. Chugging it down pretty fast because I haven't had anything else yet today. But I put a bar in my pocket, and then I've got my electrolyte water kind of ready to go for the day too. And then I'll probably stop at some point in a few hours and have like a proper lunch. So it's turning out to be quite a beautiful day. Made it to Hawk Mountain Shelter by 12:30 p.m., which was about 8 miles already for the day. Met a young girl named Shelby there, and she wanted to hike further, and I was down for it. We met up with Tim a little ways down the trail and hiked on another 7.5 miles. Ended the day at Gooch Mountain and met a bunch of other hikers there, including meeting back up with Paul and a couple other hikers from Black Gap yesterday. Laying in bed now and ready for sleep. Saturday, April 2nd, 2022. Day 3 out here. Day 2 officially on the AT. And feeling pretty good still, surprisingly enough. It's a nice day out. I most definitely got hella sunburn yesterday, so maybe hiking with my mid-layer on most of the day. We're not going to do as many miles today as we did yesterday because there's a section coming up that you have to have a bear canister in and don't have a bear canister. So we're going to stop right before that point and it'll still be like a 10-mile day. So I'm gonna try to take it easy. It feels almost impossible for me to do. I don't know, once I get on the trail, I just like, especially at the poles help so much. I just like dun 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 down the trail. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to today. Maybe get there, maybe take a break kind of midday, have like a nice lunch, and then yeah, get into camp pretty early and have dinner and just kind of hang out and chill, do some stretching, some personal hygiene, and yeah, it should be a nice day. Just walking through trees, like just mostly dead trees. Starting to see a little bit of green though, just kind of nice. We get to see the seasons change a little bit. And yesterday there's a couple of points where we saw like a bunch of flowers along the trail. It was really pretty, purples and whites, a little bit of yellow here and there. Yeah, I'm really excited to see this trail, to see how far I get. Feeling strong so far. Just came from some trail magic. Oh, I left camp and I didn't really have anything to eat. Just been kind of like getting up, packing up, heading out, just kind of getting like my drink mixes ready to go for the morning. So like a little breakfast essentials with some coffee in it, and then prep my electrolyte water for kind of later in the day. But got there, got served 3 sausage links and 2 pancakes. I'm feeling pretty good right about now, I can tell you that. Fueled, ready to keep walking. Oh, cold drinks. Oh, he did mention there's some drinks over here. Stopped here for a moment, taking the view. It's very, very nice day out today. It's beautiful. You can see for miles. Been pretty good uphill section just completed, but nothing too crazy today, which is nice. Oh. Just feels good to be out here. It doesn't feel like weird or like anything special, just like normal. Kind of odd. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna keep on trekking. Was definitely feeling my body by the end of today. Did a little over 10.5 miles today and enjoyed some time in camp around the campfire. Trying to spend time connecting with people more, but it definitely still feels foreign. Oh! Hopefully it will become easier as time goes on. Sunday, April 3rd, 2022.
Yes, Blood Mountain. Everybody spoke of this one as a toughie. And it was, but I felt pretty good going up it. And it felt even better when I got to the top and finally got my trail name. Now I can already see Dipper rolling his eyes, but the story must be told once more. As I was summiting Blood Mountain, I came across a glove on the ground. I picked up the glove, and halfway up to the summit, I found its owner. His name was the Kid, or who I called Goldilocks for his blonde dreads. He found out that I didn't have a trail name, and he said to me, "El Salvador, bring me the glove from the mountain, the savior." And from then on out, I was known as El Salvador, but my trail friends called me El Cid for short.
Motorcycles. Shelby. Tim. Hey, Matt. Hey, we're in the building. Pretty much all day here. Motorcycles coming and going. Must be a good spot to ride to.
I shed 4 pounds.
Hey! Good job! I think it's good. Go time. Time to collect my things and move out.
Monday, April 4th, 2022.
Going to the bathroom in the woods is so much more difficult than it is at home. But at home doesn't have a view like this. So pretty this morning. Good morning. It's Monday, which means this is day 5 on the trail. Thursday. So just came down that hill. It's kind of surprising because while the uphills are always a little bit challenging cardio-wise, the downhills are always like they take longer. You have to be more careful about where you step, and it's difficult on the knees, so try to use my poles as much as possible to steady my descent. But yeah, day 5, and I don't know what this hat buff combo looks like or how many boogers I have in my nose right now, but I kind of don't care, and it's kind of nice, you know. Beautiful morning. Wasn't too windy last night, which was nice. And yeah, I'm targeted to do 12 today, so we'll see how it goes. I kind of started late. I always end up being like the last person to leave camp for some reason. I'm gonna try to get up earlier tomorrow, see if I can get out and get going before I get too much rain on me. Going uphill, if you couldn't tell by the labored breathing.
Quickly caught up with Miss Moss and Mulligan, and we walked together for a small stretch and enjoyed a short break at a viewpoint. I then pressed on, knowing I may not see them again that day because they were doing a short 6 miles, and I was planning on 12 to get to Poplar Stamp. Stopped at Tenacity Gap and receive some trail magic of a Gatorade, a Snickers, and the ability to leave some trash behind. It was awesome.
Well, I made the very unfortunate mistake of diverting off trail down to a shelter that was 1.2 miles off of the trail to use the privy. The thought of using normal toilet type facilities was too great, and yeah, that added an extra 2 miles to my day, which means that I will not be going as far as I had originally hoped, which is fine. I'll just leave for 10 miles tomorrow. I just need to get up nice and early. I think it worked out because then I was able to bump into Miss Moss and Mulligan because they were quite a ways behind me, and since I diverted and came back and that took a little while, they ended up passing by and they were stopped at their camp spot. I got to see them, and they're going into town tomorrow as well. They were trying to decide if they're going to go to Helen or Hiawassee. I, for myself, am going to Hiawassee. Helen sounded interesting, little German town, but you know, I've been to a few of those in my day already, so I think Hiawassee is going to be the better choice for me with the free shuttle into town and the resupply, and hopefully be a little bit cheaper too. Anyways, yeah, this section of trail is very forgiving, thankfully. Not a whole lot of elevation gain or loss for the rest of the day to the next shelter, so it should be pretty chill. And then, yeah, I'm gonna make some food and use the privy there. Hopefully there's a bear box that I could just put my food in it and not have to worry about hanging it. And then, yeah, hopefully there's a tent space left for me too, so that I can set my stuff up and get in bed nice and early.
After a series of false summits of Sheep Rock Top, I hobbled into camp, set up my tent, and just laid down for a few minutes. Then off to collect water and make dinner. Went to bed nice and early and had my best night's sleep yet. Tuesday, April 5th, 2022.
Not a bad spot for a pee today. Got a little bit of sunrise this morning. The clouds are quickly coming in. And we all know what that means. Rain. I had intended on getting up earlier, but you know, when it's not like super light outside and you don't really hear anybody else, you're like, I'm worried about bothering other people getting up and packing up. I just need to stop worrying about that. Almost last leave camp once again today. There's always like a group that's like behind me at the very least, so it's like I'm not like last, but I just keep watching people walk by as I'm like prepping my drinks in my tent. My tent's still up. Oh, so irritating. Definitely wanted to start earlier today. Try to beat the rain. I've got 10 miles to go for my shuttle pickup, and we're starting with a little uphill. It's kind of gradual though, which is nice, and the view is gorgeous.
Made 10 miles in less than 4.5 hours, and only 1 hour in the rain. My arrival to pavement greeted by a clap of thunder. Got to the hostel and did laundry, and took a shower and then just hung out. It was great. Went into town later in the afternoon and grabbed some tacos and a margarita with another hiker named Autumn. Decided to slack pack tomorrow. 16 miles, oh boy. Here we go. Oh, and did I mention there are cats here? 3 cats, and 1 crawled into my lap. It was amazing.
Show